My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask your pardon for my sins, and the grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. Imagine if Jesus will come to your wedding. How awesome will that be? I guess you will lose sleep with excitement. Yet this is possible today, now. Why? Because of the sacrament of holy matrimony. And what is the sacrament of holy matrimony? Matrimony is defined as the covenant by which a man and woman establish between themselves a lifelong partnership that by its nature is ordered towards the procreation and education of offspring and the good of the spouses. Another wonderful definition of matrimony is the conjugal union of man and woman, contracted between two qualified persons, which obliges them to live together throughout life. Lord Jesus, why do I begin my prayer speaking about the sacrament of holy matrimony? Well, because of today's gospel. We read from John chapter 2. There was a wedding at Cana in Galilee. The mother of Jesus was there, and Jesus and his disciples had also been invited. When they ran out of wine, since the wine provided for the wedding was all finished, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." Jesus said, "Woman, why turn to me? My hour has not yet come." And Lord, I thought of some wonderful words from St. Augustine, who says that, "Let the proud man blush to see the humility of God. Lo, among other things, the Son of the Virgin comes to a marriage, he who, when he was with the Father, instituted marriage." And here, Lord, St. Augustine points out to this important truth, that you are the author of holy matrimony. It is not up to man to define what marriage is. Man simply has to recognize this truth. And we have seen the horrors of when man tries to take this prerogative. And it brings to mind, Lord, your words when you spoke to those Pharisees who came to you in Matthew chapter 19, when they asked you, "Is it lawful to divorce one's wife for any cause?" This is one of the evils that attacks marriage, divorce. And you answered, "Have you not read that he who made them from the beginning made them male and female, and said, for this reason a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one? So they are no longer two, but one. What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder." And therefore marriage is such a great gift, the gift that has to be received, to be defended, and to be cherished. In paragraph 1603 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church, we read the following words: "The intimate community of life and love which constitutes the married state has been established by the Creator and endowed by Him with its own proper laws. God Himself is the author of marriage. The vocation to marriage is written in the very nature of man and woman as they came from the hand of the Creator. Marriage is not a purely human institution, despite the many variations it may have undergone throughout the centuries in different cultures, social structures, and spiritual attitudes. These differences should not cause us to forget its common and permanent characteristics. Although the dignity of this institution is not transparent everywhere with the same clarity, some sense of the greatness of the matrimonial union exists in all cultures. The well-being of the individual person and of both human and Christian society is closely bound up with a healthy state of conjugal and family life. So without a doubt, we can say that marriage is indeed a natural institution. At the same time, we realize that matrimony between baptized persons has been raised by Christ the Lord to the dignity of a sacrament. In fact, in Ephesians 5, St. Paul says that it is a great sacrament. And Jesus, I think it is important to recall here your teaching on the indissolubility of marriage. Why? Because, as you say in the Gospel, What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder. This quality of marriage is definitely aided by the sacrament. In paragraph 1615 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church, we read that by coming to restore the original order of creation disturbed by sin, He, Christ, Himself, gives the strength and grace to live marriage in the new dimension of the reign of God. It is by following Christ, renouncing themselves, and taking up their crosses that spouses will be able to receive the original meaning of marriage and live it with the help of Christ. This grace of Christian marriage is a fruit of Christ's cross, the source of all Christian life. The other aspect of the sacrament of matrimony is the blessing of fidelity. Indeed, matrimonial fidelity demands that the couple, the husband and wife, love one another with a special, holy and pure love. And again, those words of St. Paul in Ephesians 5 remind us of this fidelity when he says, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ also loved the church." And Jesus, there are many other aspects that we could speak about of this great sacrament of matrimony. While we cannot exhaust the goodness and the beauty of marriage, I think it's important to remind ourselves about this primary end at the natural level, which is the procreation of children, and also that the principal end of the sacrament is the sanctification of the spouses, that they have to be saints through their marriage. They have to lead each other to heaven. They have to help each other in their path to be saints. Not only that, if they are blessed with children, they have to help their children to be saints. Not so long ago, I came across two interviews. One of someone who was speaking about parenting for eternity, and another where an author was speaking about the parents of saints. These interviews helped me think about the fact that parents need to bring up their children with an eye to eternity because they have been entrusted with this immortal souls. And when thinking about the parents of the saints, it helps to think that couples, husband and wife, have to be saints themselves. While parents of saints were not all saints themselves, one of the arguments of the author is that many times these parents are the unsung heroes. Amongst other examples, he spoke of the parents of Saint Therese of Lisieux, who of course now have been canonized and they're saints. That is, Saints Louis Martin and Zélie. At the same time, the author spoke of the parents of Saint Josemaria, who I am more familiar with. And these two gave an example of how to live the sacrament of holy matrimony. Don Jose and Doña Dolores were faithful, open to life, and generous. They knew that after the gift of life, the most precious gift was a gift of faith, and therefore they took great care in passing on the gift of faith to their children. They therefore gave their children a very robust formation in faith and in human virtues. For example, after the financial ruin of Don Jose, he made sure that he met his financial obligations in justice and treated his domestic workers well. He did not seek revenge and taught his children the true meaning of Christian poverty. Not only that, he took care of his son, Saint Josemaria, by helping him along his path to his vocation. He specifically told him that he will not oppose his vocation, and in fact pointed him to his own spiritual director. Both parents helped form their children in that great devotion to our Blessed Mother Mary. And so we end our prayer by turning to Our Lady and asking her that we value this sacrament of holy matrimony where she was present, and that we always listen to her words when she told the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." I thank you, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations which you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask your help to put them into practice. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.